Hello friends, if you follow me on Instagram, you may know that Raymond and I have been at Bryce Canyon National Park for the last several days. We are working on several projects and we've brought quite a bit of gear with us. So if you've read the title, you know that this will be a gear roundup. But let me tell you the projects we're working on first. So we are first of all working on my next long form course. So I've already got a couple of courses out, a couple of long form courses out, beginning or just the basics of photography, and then also a beginner's guide to classic portraits. But right now I am working on the landscapes course. So what better place than a national park to work on that? Also, we have been filming Member Monday while we've been here. It is an epic behind the scenes while we are out on the trails, while we are doing sunrises and sunsets, while we are in the hotel room getting ready to get out, all kinds of stuff. So members, make sure you check the description below for a link to find that video. And members do get those Member Monday videos every week. It's behind the scenes and such. And then also, those long-form courses are available to members, so I will put a link to learn more about channel membership in the description below. I am also working on my review of the Hasselblad X1d. I have a couple of lenses. We'll get to that in a minute. We are working on a 2 years later update to the Nikon Z7 review, and also a full review of the Fujifilm X100V. Now, I do already have videos on all three of those gear items that I just mentioned. A review, a hands-on, a preview, things like that. I'll link to those down in the description as well. But all right, let's get to the full gear roundup. First is the Hasselblad X1d 250C. I have two lenses with me for that. I have the 45p, which is an f4 lens. I borrowed both of those items from Hasselblad. And then I rented the 21mm f4 lens. So we've been using all of those things pretty much throughout the entire trip. You know, you'd think that at a place like Bryce Canyon you would be using ultra wide constantly, but I have really found that 45mm lens to be an asset. In fact, I'm using it this evening. Okay, Raymond, what do you have? Tell us one of the things that you have here.
Okay, I've got the D810 over here cooking a time lapse with the 24mm f2.8D lens on it. That's our full spectrum camera. I've got a super color infrared filter on it, which is infrared that's going to let some color information in. I can still produce it black and white if I want to, but it'll be interesting to see the colors that the infrared filter cooks up.
What else you got, Raymond?
X100V over here with the wide angle 28mm equivalent conversion lens on it. Made the hasty decision to get away from where I was. I had one running, but it was just, there wasn't a lot of interesting stuff happening with the sun, the clouds, and the light, so I ran it over here, and that's where we ended up.
And last but not least, we have the Nikon Z7, which we brought three lenses with this guy. We brought the 24 to 70mm f4S lens. We also brought the ultra wide 14 to 30mm f4. So wonderful, of course, having ultra wide at this Grand Canyon. Not the Grand Canyon, but a Grand Canyon. And then last but not least, the 200 to 500mm f5.6 lens. Now that is an f-mount lens, so we are using it with the FTZ adapter. And that's all I've got for you today, everybody. Make sure you check the description box because I do have links to all of the things that I have discussed. I will even put links to all of the gear that we have brought with us today. And oh, I forgot one piece of gear, what I'm filming with. I'm using the GoPro Hero 8 Black right now, and I should probably also mention our phones because we have actually used our phones a little bit to take a few shots and send them to friends and family along the way. All right, that's it, everybody. I will be sharing all of those projects, like I mentioned, within the coming weeks and months. So make sure you're subscribed if you want to keep up with all that stuff and all of the other videos that I post along the way. And that's it. Thank you for watching.